So first of all, what you will learn in this webinar. First, we're going to discuss what is the classic energy vampire, how it affects you, how to clear it, the strategies this vampire uses, and this is an energy vampire most of you know about. And then what is the ultimate energy vampire, how it affects you, energy healing technique. We're going to do a clearing for that energy vampire. So this webinar is not only going to be information, we're going to work. And the strategies the ultimate energy vampire uses to pretty much suck your energy, deplete you from your energy. So you're going to find out today why sometimes you feel so exhausted, why sometimes you feel completely drained of your life force energy. And like I said, we're going to do an energetic clearing. And then we're going to, I'm going to offer an invitation to go deeper, how you can learn how to clear the source of this ultimate energy vampire. But nonetheless, even if you don't take that invitation, take that offer, what you're going to learn today will expedite your spiritual evolution, your presence, your state of awareness, and not only outer but inner awareness. So let's go on. So before we begin, make sure you turn off distractions, Twitter, Facebook, Skype, your cell phone, and just be completely present and give me for an hour and a half your complete undivided attention. I promise you the information here is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and just by listening to the webinar, my intent is that your life is transformed in the best of ways. So let me ask you, has this ever happened to you? Have you had a heated argument or experienced a painful event with a family member, a spouse, co-worker, or a client, maybe a stranger? And that happened 1 or 2 days ago, and then you're alone, but you can't stop thinking about the other person. What they said, what you said, what you would like to have said, etc., etc., etc. It's like playing that movie all over again, many, many times, and doing different takes, different angles, different perspectives, etc. And then you replay this scenario over and over again. There is a dark cloud of negative thoughts filled with anger, hatred, bitterness, resentment, or sadness. And no matter what you're doing, you constantly go back to this train of thought. You even go to sleep thinking about this and wake up with an awful knot inside your chest. I know I've experienced this many times, where something is really bothering me, and I go to sleep with that, I wake up with that, and I go to the shower, I'm thinking about that, I'm eating and I'm thinking about that, and it just consumes my life. So how many of you have experienced this? Yeah, a lot of people. This is so common in humanity. So you want this feeling to go away, and you try to distract or numb yourself by watching TV, or maybe browsing the internet, eating or sleeping, but none of it works. Like, you might tone it down, but ultimately it's running in the back of your mind, and it's like this unsettling feeling that you want to get rid of. And you notice how exhausted and energy depleted you feel. And that is the ultimate energy vampire at work. So before we go and discuss the ultimate energy vampire, let's touch briefly on the classic energy vampire. This is, what you probably heard of. The classic energy vampire, that person that sucks your energy by constantly demanding your attention and being extremely needy. The classic energy vampire lives in perpetual drama and suffers from extreme victimization, blaming everyone for their own unhappiness and never taking responsibility for their own happiness, their own life scenarios, their holographic projections. This energy vampire thrives on guilt and pity, and we can find them in family members, co-workers, friends, etc., etc., etc. And, you know, to be honest, I've been an energy vampire in my early days, you know, and some of you might have even, you know, identified with this persona. How many of you at one moment in your life did you realize, oh my God, I've been an energy vampire. I've been trying to extract love from other people. Wow, thank you for your honesty. Yeah, we all know someone like that. Absolutely. I can bet there's not anyone here that hasn't hasn't met an energy vampire. So how do you get rid of the classic energy vampire? Well, the classic energy vampire is easy to identify once you know its strategies, its behaviors, and it can be easily avoided. You can even choose to bring closure to the relationship and prevent that person from depleting your life force energy. And you can bring closure to the relationship physically by not, you know, being in the presence of that person. You can also bring closure to the relationship energetically, which is super important, because if you have cords of attachments, even if they're not in your direct immediate presence, they can still siphon your energy through the cords of attachment. So, you know, most of you have heard of cutting cords of attachments, and many of you have done that energy healing session with me. And actually, next month, I'm going to do a free webinar on cutting cords of attachment. So if you're on my list, you can look forward to that, because this is also very important. But today we're not going to focus on that. And also clearing the karmic ties. You can cut the karmic ties, and that person, once you cut the cords of attachments and karmic ties, they will likely disappear from your reality. Or if not, simply their strategies won't work. They won't be able to extract your energy. And, you know, this is especially good news when it comes to your family members, because, for example, in my family, there were some people that were energy vampires, and I just couldn't simply just, you know, erase them from my life. But as I work on myself energetically, then, you know, they noticed that they could not make me, you know, have a reaction, or they couldn't siphon my energy, so they have to change their ways. Maybe they didn't engage so much, or maybe they said, you know, I need to change my approach, and it became a more cohesive, harmonious relationship. But what if there's an energy vampire that is not a person? It's not even an entity. You can't see it, and there are ways to sense it, however. And it can suck your energy when you're alone. It can be so heavily charged that it can actually control your life. At least have a gigantic influence on how you experience your reality. So the ultimate energy vampire, however, is always with you. Unlike the classic energy vampire, which is another person, and, you know, you can choose not to be with them. So even when you're alone, this vampire is there. It's not a person, and I even thought it acts like an independent entity. It's not. The ultimate energy vampire, it's a semi-autonomous entity that is made up from your own pain, and it's invisible to most people. That's right, it's a part of who you are. In fact, you created this energy vampire in an analytical state of mind, of pain and suffering, when you have such extreme events of pain and suffering that you lost track of time and you were so involved in that moment that you unconsciously created. So because this soul-sucking vampire was spawned from pain, it can only survive and grow with more pain. The ultimate energy vampire is always waiting for the perfect opportunity to siphon the energy out of your auric field. But it only can feed from one type of energy, and that energy is pain. So the other energy vampires, the classic energy vampires, they feed from different energies, from your attention, from your pity, but this ultimate energy vampire only feeds from pain. Whether it's your own self-created pain or the pain experienced by other people. The psychic vampire doesn't care where it gets its next fix. And in order to do so, it must hijack your emotional and mental bodies to seek out more pain. It thrives when you are not fully present, when you are unconscious of the here and now. That is when it takes over you. So, what is exactly the energy vampire? How many of you have read The Power of Now or The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle? If you've read those books, then you absolutely know what I'm talking about. The ultimate energy vampire is known as the emotional pain body. Here's a picture of Eckhart Tolle, a brilliant mind that brought light to the pain body and did an excellent work on not only identifying the pain body, but its strategies, how it works, how it affects your life. And I read The New Earth at least 3 times because I was so mesmerized by this information, and I wanted to transcend the pain body, that I wanted to know everything about it. So today I'm not only going to review what Eckhart Tolle said, I'm going to add more information because my passion and obsession to transcend this pain body actually allowed me to connect to my higher self and get deeper information on how we can transcend this energy pain body, how it affects your life. And yeah, I have great things to share with you. So Eckhart Tolle coined the term the pain body and brought light to its existence and energy vampiring strategies. So how many of you have read The New Earth or The Power of Now? How many of you already knew about the pain body and how Eckhart Tolle says that it is an energy parasite, energy vampire? It loves your psychic energy. All right. So a lot of you have read the books. Some of you have heard of this, and some of you haven't. Either way, you're gonna learn a lot more. So who am I? Before we go, I know that many of you, this is the first time listening to one of my webinars. And so basically, I want to keep this short. This webinar is really about you. And if you want to know more about me, you can Google me, you can search me on YouTube, and you can get to see my story and learn about me and my mission, etc. But just to do a quick intro, I'm the founder of Ascended Relationships, and I founded Ascended Relationships because I used to have pretty awful relationships, and I had a deep longing in my soul to manifest a very harmonious, higher loving relationship, but that was not my experience. Instead, I manifested relationships with drama, pain, suffering, codependency, victimization, guilt, blah, 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 blah. I was a mess. So I decided to work on myself, embody my higher self, raise my frequency so that I could attract my beloved soulmate twin flame, the love of my life, which I did. And years ago, and that became my mission. I did it, and I've been doing it for more than 7 years, helping people embody their higher self and manifest a higher frequency relationship that is aligned with their soul's purpose. And I'm also an indigo type 1. For those of you who don't know what an indigo type 1 is, it's basically an indigo that has a mission that is on the planetary level. And so that's something I discovered while I was working on myself and embodying my higher self. And I saw, that I had a big mission. And most of you here also have a big mission. So I'm deeply honored to have you here. So that's enough about me. Let's go ahead and focus on you. So what is the pain body? The pain body is emotional. It's a semi-autonomous energy field made up from old pain. So all the pain you experienced in the past accumulates. So this accumulated pain is like an invisible entity that takes over your body and mind, making you react with anger, destructiveness, hatred, grief, fear, depression, emotional drama, and sometimes even violence. It could be psychological, verbal violence, physical violence, you name it. So whatever way the pain body manifests, it is painful. That's how you know it's the pain body, because you're experiencing pain and suffering. Yet you are not always conscious of it. In fact, a lot of people don't even know about the pain body. They think that's just part of life, that's an emotion they're having, that's a train of thought they're experiencing, and it's the pain body just taking over their mental bodies and emotional bodies. And sometimes the pain can be dormant or active. So the pain body is not always active. It's not always siphoning your energy. It can be dormant. But it will become active when it needs to feed on further experiences of pain, because this is the only way it can survive. And you will know the pain body is active when something irrelevant or insignificant produces an outburst reaction of pain. This is when we get our buttons pushed by situations, thoughts, or other people. Now, how is the body created? When we go through life, we experience pain and trauma. Who here hasn't experienced any pain and trauma? If you haven't, then please let me know, because you're definitely an alien. If you have been incarnated here on Earth and born to a family, what we call a normal family, you've experienced pain and trauma. And sometimes what happens is our nervous system can experience this pain and trauma and digest it. It can integrate it. It can deal with it. It goes in, we can integrate the pain, and then we can move on sometimes. But when that pain is too intense, our nervous system locks this pain in another part of our body or auric field, and it pushes that pain away. I can't deal with this right now. I'm going to push it aside so I can deal with the pain later. And it becomes a repressed memory that it's supposed to be stored and brought up only when you have the resources and safety to deal with it. If you don't have the resources to deal with it, it gets triggered, then you will try to pacify this pain through addictions. Like I said before, when the pain body activates, you try to numb yourself with TV, with alcohol, with food, the internet, etc., etc., etc. Or if it gets triggered again, you will re-experience the pain and add more energy to that pain body. So these repressed painful memories are what create the pain body. It is the weight of your undigested stuff, your undigested pain And it will come out when you are in a relationship. This is when the pain body loves to say, hey, I'm here. Whenever you're in a relationship, it could be a relationship with a family member, co-worker, client, but mostly intimate relationship. As you know, our beloveds are mirrors, and they will show us everything we haven't integrated, everything we haven't transcended. So these traumas that are stored in your body require energy. And in order to keep this memory alive, it will cost us energy to keep it there. So the pain body triggers a karmic loop. You have a trigger, right? The pain body triggers you. And then you are in a karmic loop where the pain body triggers the other person's pain body, and they have a reaction, and then you have two pain bodies activated and feeding from that pain. So what keeps the pain body alive? The pain body can only feed from pain, and it finds this pain from two primary sources: your thoughts and the reactions of other people when they are in pain. So that's how the pain body gets its energy: your negative thinking, and when other people are having emotional reactions. When the pain body is feeding from your thoughts, it controls your thinking, and your mind will become aligned with the pain body. When this happens, the pain body has taken over. It's devouring your thoughts and satisfying its addictive love to painful negative thinking. And at this moment, the last thing you want is to be free of pain. And that's crazy, right? But think about it. Think about those times when you've been in deep pain, that negative thinking is going on. And yes, there's a part of you that wants it to stop, but there's another part of you that is just fully engaged, fully identified. And you look for every opportunity to invest more energy in that thinking. So the other scenario previously mentioned is when the pain body feeds from the feedback of emotional pain from other people. The pain body loves drama, and it will push other people's buttons. It will trigger them, causing them to react so it can feed itself. So that's crazy, because your pain body actually can turn you into the classic energy vampire. That's right. Your pain body, when it wants food and it says, you know, I've had enough of your negative thinking, I need someone else's pain, you know, your beloved's pain, is going to look for ways to control your thinking, your behavior, your language, to trigger that other person's pain. And when they become activated, you're going to siphon their energy. Your pain body is going to siphon their energy. And in that moment, you have become the classic energy vampire. So you have the pain body sucking your own energy, your beloved's energy, and so right there you have two energy vampires: the classic energy vampire and the ultimate energy vampire. And then you are exhausted. So what are the other ways the pain body feeds? Well, the pain body feeds through, like I said, through your thoughts and the reactions of other people. So there are many opportunities where your thoughts and emotions can become aligned with the pain body. And think about road rage. If you're driving and someone cuts you off, you get really angry. Boom, the pain body loves that. Movies and TV series with drama, fear, violence, and suffering. Why do you think Hollywood is a multi-billion-dollar industry? Well, because it's actually pain bodies that make movies and TV shows. People pay money to feed the pain body. They like seeing people getting killed, tortured. They like going to movies to experience fear. Think about it. That's the pain body. Music. It's also the pain body who makes music. Think about it. If you go back to times in your life when you felt deep pain, suffering, you always resonated with a song, especially those songs about heartbreak, breakup. We identify with that pain. Also, people who are, they resonate with spiritual information and the agenda that is going on, the hidden agenda that is going on in the world. Conspiracy theories also feed the pain body. Now, if you question the conspiracy theories, many of them are not even conspiracies, are things that are really going on, but they are flooded with fear. It's always a probable future of what might happen. The economy is going to collapse. They're going to do this to us, blah, blah, blah. All that triggers fears and pain in you, and the pain body loves that. So it's good to know that information, but you have to know what you can do, which is basically embody your higher self and embody a frequency that affects not only you, but everyone that surrounds you and the entire earth. TV and online news. That's why they don't put good news on the news. Why? Because no one likes to see that. Yes, a few people do, like you, me, but a lot of people, their pain body just wants to see more pain, so they watch the news. It's ludicrous when you think about it, that people wake up, they get, some coffee, some bread, and they turn on the TV first thing in the morning, and what they do is watch the news. Eating habits, feeling guilty after eating, judging yourself. The pain body loves that. And social media, YouTube, Facebook, depending on what you're following, your friends, your pain body can feed from that. Now, what are the consequences of the pain body? The consequences of the pain body are detrimental. The pain body attracts you to people, places, times, things, and events that resonate with the pain accumulated in your pain body. Whether it's fear, betrayal, abandonment, rejection, abuse. For example, the pain body will attract you to a car accident, or someone stealing your money or betraying you, or maybe you manifesting a illness. Because think about it, if you have this illness that is consuming your life and is causing a great pain and suffering, the pain body is going to like that. So does this make sense to you? Do you resonate with this information? Can you see how the pain body and its frequency can actually alter your experience of life and reality? How can the pain within yourself be a magnet to similar people, places, times, things, and events that resonate with that pain? Does that make sense? Now, this is another big consequence of the pain body. People in relationships have a very similar pain body that were created from similar painful experiences. Abuse, betrayal, abandonment, heartbreaks, rejection. Thus, the pain body will have a bonanza to feed from all the emotional drama that will result from this relationship. So when you think about it, people in relationships have, if not identical frequencies, very similar frequencies. And one of the things that determines your frequency the most, unfortunately, is the pain body. So when you see two people together, you can bet that they have a similar pain body. And many relationships have attracted each other because of the pain body. You see, when you have a similar pain body, then that will be the perfect scenario to trigger your partner's pain body. And you will notice that usually it's the polar opposite. If someone has an issue that they feel that they can't be loved, then they will attract someone who has pain and suffering because they think or feel that they cannot give love, etc. Or someone that is, has experienced betrayal, then it will attract someone that is most likely to betray them or can't be trusted. Another example is a pain body that keeps you in a karmic loop where you struggle with money and manifest in abundance. Your thought forms of fear, lack, and scarcity are a great source of food for your pain body. So if you've been struggling with manifesting abundance and the fear of losing money, not having enough money, etc., your pain body is having a blast with that. So it's actually very important to transcend the pain body so that you can manifest that financial abundance, so that you can manifest a higher frequency relationship. And it doesn't mean you have to, get into another relationship. It means that the relationship you are in right now is actually a feedback mechanism that is showing you exactly what you need to work on and transcend. And when you do that, you're going to transform the relationship by transforming yourself. But here we're going to talk about the ultimate consequence. The pain body, the ultimate consequence is that it depletes you from your own psychic energy. How do you feel when you've been worrying nonstop for days, or when you are having an imaginary heated argument with another person? You feel drained, right? You feel exhausted and sometimes even depressed. When the pain body is active, you will feel a sense of restlessness and inability to live in the now. You will be more likely to lash out at other people, including your loved ones, because the pain body wants more pain. Once the pain body has feasted on your negative thoughts and reactions from other people, it will become dormant, but until it gets hungry again. So it's very sneaky. The pain body can be very sneaky. Now, what's the big problem? Well, Eckhart Tolle mentions that the way to transcend the pain body is to become conscious of it and remain in a state of presence when it becomes active. Well, unfortunately, this is extremely challenging, since the very nature of the pain body is to put you into a state of unconsciousness so that you can identify with the pain. Because if you're conscious and you don't identify with the pain, you don't identify with the thoughts, then you cut that link. But the pain body doesn't want that. The pain body wants you to be unconscious. The pain body wants you to fully immerse yourself in that pain. So imagine the pain body trying to make you unconscious and you at the same time trying to become conscious. It's extremely challenging. So once you have identified with the painful and negative thought forms, the pain body will take over your emotional and mental bodies. So let me ask you, how many of you did know about the pain body? How many of you read the books of Eckhart Tolle and you felt like, it was really challenging to transcend the pain body? Or that you didn't know how to? Because, Eckhart Tolle says be in a state of presence, but if you're like me, I like a protocol. I like to know, you need to do this, this, this. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And that you can feel the progress, you can sense it. And with Eckhart Tolle, in my own experience, I'm talking about myself, maybe, you had a completely different experience, but my experience was that I became aware of it. It helped me transcend it, but there was a point where I felt stuck, like I wasn't going deep enough, or that there was a way I could actually transmute more, get to the source of it without having to wait until the pain body activates. So most people try to repress negative emotions, but this is counterproductive. The pain body is not, if it's not expressed, will eventually come out in full force and cause massive chaos. So I have a lot of people saying, wow, yeah, it's impossible when it's active. Totally, yes. Wish I could read it. All I do is work. Well, this is the most important work you can do, Holly, on yourself. So that's what happens. Usually the pain body becomes active, and it's so painful that you don't want to deal with it. You want to repress it. You want it to go away, but this is counterproductive. Repressing emotions only aggravates the problem by keeping the pain body energy stuck, unable to be released or transmuted. And failure to transcend your pain body will keep you in a low frequency fence where you will attract the same type of people, places, time, things, and events that resonate with the frequency of the pain body. And this is what's known as the pain body karmic loop. The pain body can prevent you from fulfilling your soul's purpose, embodying your higher self. It can sabotage your relationships, prevents you from experiencing deep states of meditation, manifesting financial abundance, or being able to live in the now. So you can see how detrimental and devastating the pain body is. It literally is one of the biggest things that people have to work on. So the two missing elements, and this is something that I learned from a beautiful being teacher, a guy called Alan Harriet. And what I learned was that, you know, Eckhart Tolle teaches you about becoming present, right, when the pain body activates. And so I'm going to elaborate more on that. So usually when the pain body manifests, you can feel like a knot in your chest, maybe in your stomach, some kind of restlessness. Maybe you feel like, you know, the monkey on your back. You feel tense. If you think about it, that is energy. Okay? Now, the way that you become present is that you notice the pain body and you notice that energy that is not flowing. It could be the knot in your heart, in your chest, the restlessness. And what you do is you go into a state of witness consciousness. You don't have to quiet your mind. You don't have to really do anything but just notice what's going on. What's your body posture like? How does that energy feel in your body? And try to like distance yourself, but keep a connection of everything that's going on, even your thoughts, all the chaos of the thoughts. Just embrace that and merge with that state, with that emotion. Witness that. And that's the first step. Presence. When you do that, if you're doing it right, what you will notice is that energy will start to shift, will start to unfold, unwind. And when I started doing this, it was amazing. I felt actually, you know, in the past the pain body would activate. I wanted to repress it, but that feeling would never go away. It would take me days sometimes. But when I did this, sometimes even in 30 seconds, 1 minute, I could feel that energy shifting. I could feel that knot in my chest just unfolding, unwinding, and the energy actually moving through my chakras and auric field. And I was like, wow. But then I learned that you can actually go deeper, because what happens is that sometimes this pain, we want to get rid of it so much that we judge ourselves. We think that we need to be in a high frequency state all the time, and that because we feel bad, we are bad. And that's a misconception that most of us have. So the second element is to bring gratitude. So once you start feeling that emotion, that repressed energy moving and shifting from your body, you're going to bring in the state of gratitude. And so, yes, you will get a replay of this webinar so that you can take notes, and then you can sit down and quietly, have no distractions and go within and do this. But right now, just listen. So first you bring a state of presence, you notice that energy, you merge with that energy, the thoughts you're having, even the thoughts, am I doing it right? This is not working. Embrace that. When you embrace all that, it will start to shift. Once you start feeling it move, the next step is that you'll feel that it quiets down. You want to go deeper. And you feel gratitude for experiencing that event, that pain, that suffering. Because if you think about it, if you really go within, life is just about experiencing things. You have free will. So it's a game of consciousness. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not right, it's not wrong. Things and experiences are just that, experiences. And you have preferences. So maybe you don't, you said, oh, I had that experience. I think I'm going to do something else. I prefer to do something else. So you are grateful for that. And when you bring gratitude, that energy will unfold and unwind even more. And then the last step is to bring the state of self-love. Love yourself for having that experience. Love everything, your thoughts, your reactions, everything. So what I imagine is that my higher self is just filled with love, and it embraces me, and we become one. And eventually I don't even have to do that. Just it becomes automatic. And that shifts the energy even more. And when you do this right, this is my experience. When I do this, sometimes it takes me less than 5 minutes. By the time I open my eyes, I'm in such a deep state of presence. I am literally high. It's better than going and sitting down and meditating for 20 minutes, repeating a mantra. This gets me so high. And the thing is that the more you do it, the more you'll start to develop that inner sense of sensing energy. And what will happen eventually is that you will start sensing energy beyond your auric field. So this meditation can actually, you can achieve a state of oneness and enlightenment, because not only do you start merging and becoming one with that inner feeling, with your thoughts, with your body, but all of a sudden with the sounds, the air, then the earth, then the cosmos, and boom. So this is so powerful. Don't take this lightly. It's very simple yet very powerful. All right. So now we're going to go into the second angle, or the second phase of transcending the pain body, because this is what I found out, is that I intuitively knew that there was a faster way to transcend the higher self, and that I didn't have to wait for the pain body to become activated. I said transcend the higher self, transcend the pain body. I didn't have to wait to become activated by the pain body in order to transcend it. So I asked my higher self, can I do this, and how? So basically, what I found out my higher self taught me was that I could energetically clear the traumatic and painful events, the soul fragments, the past identities that I had created unconsciously. I could transmute them in an instant. And that way, I could clear layers and layers of the pain body without having the pain body to become active. And that way I would become lighter and be more present. And this meditation that I just shared with you would actually become easier. So let's go ahead and do an energetic clearing for the pain body so that you can experience what I'm talking about. And we're going to use this specific sacred geometry code. So here's what I want you to do. Take a deep inhale in, hold the inhale, and then exhale. And when you exhale, I want you to exhale any expectations, attachments to results. And I want you to become more present. Feel your body, feel your body posture, how your body is, how you're sitting down. Take another deep inhale in. And as you exhale, you're going to become even more present into the now. And next, I want you to inhale this code into your third eye. Just visualize this code going into your mind's eye. So what I'm doing right now, I'm connecting to my higher self, and I'm connecting to the higher self of everyone present in this webinar, even the people who will listen to this recording, because the higher self is not bound by linear time nor space. I'm connecting to your higher self, and I'm saluting your higher self. And I'm placing the intent to transmute the highest priority manifestations of your own unique pain body. And yes, some of you might become aware of the pain body becoming active right now, because the pain body doesn't like this. It doesn't like to be cleared. So what I want you to do is now visualize this code on top of your second chakra. And visualize the code merging with your second chakra. Now the second chakra is the seat of your emotional body. And we usually find issues related to pain, suffering, victimization here in this chakra, because those soul fragments resonate with the frequency of this specific chakra. So usually most of the pain body can be found in this area of your auric field, but it replicates to other areas as well, like your heart chakra, for example. And now just set the intent to surrender to your higher self. It is commanded by the laws of the golden liquid realms of chemical powers, and in the name of the one source God within me and all, that the pain body morphogenetic clearing code of awe be used to activate for each person here their second chakra DNA template to their highest energetic holding potential and original divine function, transmuting the highest priority past analytical experiences, soul fragments related to the source of the pain body that are not for their highest good on all levels of their awareness now. Ta Asian Tudoi. So you will notice how the energy starts to move. Some of you might have felt a bit restless, and I had to do actually another clearing on top of the pain body clearing because there was some resistance. Some of you will feel the energy moving throughout your body, your chakras. Those of you who know how to connect to your higher self can monitor the energy moving through your left hand. So just breathe. Right, now you're more relaxed, Holly. That's great. Bernadette, how are you feeling right now? You said your heart was racing. Yes, Eduardo, if you're crying, let the emotions come up. That was the energy stored there. So that's part of the release. So just witness that. All right, excellent, Bernadette. So yeah, please share what you're experiencing. Can feel the energy moving through chest area. So see, her name is Z-E-E. Well, you see, yeah, for you, that means that the clearing actually took place in your heart. So there was a lot of pain in there. You see, your higher self knows what to clear, and the code as well is, it's an intelligent being. So yeah, Jennifer, that little dissonance that you're feeling is, right now you're in altered state of consciousness. And the energy that it's moving, the magnetic, discordant magnetic fields moving out of your auric field, you know, will move a lot of energy. So it might throw you off for a bit, but you'll feel grounded as the clearing it's done. Feeling lighter and freer. That's awesome, Margaret. Lisa says, I feel very relaxed. My breath is expanding. Awesome. Thoth says, I feel very centered. Excellent. Vilma says, feel lighter and relieved. Beautiful. Feel grateful for the clearing. Thank you. You're welcome. Strong energy moving through the left hand, says Lamia. That's great. Good job monitoring the energy. All right. So Vonda, that small headache, is it gone? Sometimes you'll feel very, sometimes even painful energy moving throughout your body, and sometimes it could be the head, and it could cause a slight headache. Well, that's what that repressed energy does. It causes a headache. So now you're releasing. That's good. The pain and tightness in my lower back is now gone. Awesome, Diana. Anna, felt love and restlessness, but I'm having a hard time to concentrate. Yeah, well, yeah, it's good to have a quiet place to do this webinar. So if you're being distracted by outside noise, just don't resist the distractions. Just embrace it. Face hot and tingly, cheeks tingling. Wonderful, thank you, thank you. Wonderful feeling of release, awesome. I feel energy in my heart chakra, excellent. So a lot of comments going. I can't read them all, but it looks like everyone is integrating this very well. And actually the clearing had just one quantum. It was a very heavy clearing, but now it was released from the last levels of your auric field, so that that layer that we just cleared cannot regenerate. The symbol is very effective. Thank you. You're welcome, Margaret. All right. Yes, Jennifer. If you had the urge to cry, awesome. Do that. Let the emotion come out. All right. So let's move on. So how can you go deeper? You know, we've discussed how powerful the effects of the pain body can be in your life. So if you're like me, you're like, absolutely, I want to transcend this. I want to, you know, raise my frequency and manifest the life that I envision and I desire. I want to embody my higher self. I want to manifest higher frequency relationships. I want to manifest abundance. I want to be in a state of peace, equanimity. I want to be able to merge with the one. I want to develop my inner sense, be more sensitive to subtle energies. I want to be more present, go into deeper states of meditation. So if you wait until the pain body becomes activated in order to shine your awareness and stay present so that you can transcend it, it will probably take you an entire lifetime to do this. I don't know about you, but you know, this is not the first lifetime we have. We've been here for many lifetimes. So this is it, you know, this is for me. I'm doing it right now. Plus, depending on how heavily charged your pain body is, you might be fighting a soul-sucking monster that will do anything in its power to make you fall into its next trap. So it depends. Some people have lighter pain bodies, some people have heavier pain bodies. If you have a heavy pain body, good luck if you're trying to transcend that just using your awareness when the pain body is becoming active. It's going to be very challenging. So like I said, years ago I found myself with this predicament. I read Eckhart Tolle's book, gained a plethora of awareness about the pain body, and I began to transcend it. Yet I discovered that the pain body had multiple layers, some really deep. And what I mean by this is that even though I could successfully bring awareness to the pain body once it became active, remaining in a state of presence and transcend some of the pain, I could still experience similar reactions to people and events. So I thought I had transcended that specific issue, and then boom, another trigger. However, my intuition was telling me that there was a faster way to transcend the pain body. And I went, like I said, I went into a deep state of meditation, and I connected to my higher self and asked my higher self, is there a more effective and faster way to transcend the pain body? And if so, how can I do this? And instantly I received a download of information on how to clear the source of the pain body. My higher self made it clear that the fastest and most effective way to transcend the pain body is to transmute the past analytical experiences, those moments where you lost track of time and unconsciously identify with a discordant belief or thought form and the emotion of that moment, and the soul fragments that gave birth in the first place to the pain body. So these energetic blockages must be cleared permanently on all levels of your multidimensional awareness. When an energetic blockage is cleared only on the physical, emotional, and mental levels of your multidimensional anatomy, but it is not cleared on the etheric and spiritual levels of your awareness, the discordant energies will regenerate. So we need a strategy to clear the source of the pain body, not only on your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, but on the spiritual bodies, all the way back to the void. That way, we know that the clearing is permanent. And that is why it is of extremely importance to clear all the energetic blockages from this, and not only this lifetime, but previous lifetimes, incarnations, and even parallel universes at the quantum level of your awareness in order to obtain a permanent release. So that's something I became aware of as well, that not only are we carrying the pain body from this lifetime, but the pain body from previous lifetimes that we are not conscious of. So if I could clear the pain body from my previous lifetimes, which probably makes most of the pain body, then this would affect my present moment, and it would allow me to transcend the pain body I created in this lifetime much faster, much effectively. So, are you ready to transcend your pain body? If you don't want to spend an entire lifetime, possibly multiple lifetimes transcending your pain body, then join me in the Transcending the Ultimate Energy Vampire webinar. And this is going to be a live webinar that is going to be next Thursday, September the 25th at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. So in that webinar, this is what you will learn. You will learn what are the top pain body layers. You will learn that the pain body has many layers, but what are the ones that affect your spiritual evolution the most and prevent you from living life filled with peace and equanimity. This knowledge is of vital importance to be able to recognize your pain body and learn its energy vampire strategies. You will learn also how to clear the source of the pain body. So not only I'm going to be doing clearings, you're going to learn how to do the clearings yourself. So more importantly, you will learn how to energetically clear the source of the pain body by connecting to your higher self and using the specific energy directing techniques that allow this clearing to take place. These techniques are extremely simple to use, and you can use them anytime and anywhere. This way you can continue to clear your pain body, because even if we do a 2-hour webinar, we can clear lifetimes worth of pain body baggage. But the thing is that, life goes on, and you will experience events, people, places that might trigger pain body reactions. You want to be able to clear that. So I've been clearing my own pain body for years. Every time I get lighter, every time I become more present. And by now, if I get triggered, I can identify it that fast. It doesn't take a hold of me. And I can clear it, most importantly, so I can shift and gain those golden nuggets and pearls of wisdom, and don't let the pain body take over my life. Don't let the pain body make me say things I don't want to say, hurt people, make mistakes, etc., etc., etc. Enough. You will also receive the webinar replay of that live webinar so that you can digest, integrate all that life-changing information and these self-mastery techniques. You will definitely want to watch that webinar multiple times to integrate everything and master the energy healing techniques to transcend your pain body. So how to sign up? The webinar will be limited to only 12 people, as I will be working with each individual to clear the pain body manifestation that are causing the biggest pain and hindering their evolution. So this is going to be a very unique and special webinar, because I'm going to be working directly with each participant. Usually in the webinars, I pick a theme and I do collective clearings for everyone. In this webinar, I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to work individually with each person. And the way that that's going to work is that when someone shares, how their pain body affects their life, what part of their pain body they want to clear the most, and I do an energetic clearing for that person, the whole group receives that energetic clearing as well, because we have similar pain. It might be different situations with different people, but the thoughts, the reactions, the consequences are the same. So imagine not only working on what you are aware of, but working on what other people are aware of. And in that way, it's like getting more than 12 clearings on different situations with maybe money, relationships, your job, whatever is causing that pain, an illness, who knows. So the investment for this webinar is only $297. Normally a training like this where I teach you how to do the clearings and give you the resources and tools to, you know, do this work on yourself every day is $997, but this webinar is going to be only $297. So this will be an advanced training webinar. Not only will you receive the clearance, but you will learn how to do the clearance yourself to completely transcend your pain body. This will allow you to do energetic work without depending on anything outside of yourself, just using your connection to your higher self, your state of presence, and your intent. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be so simple. You experience that today. So I'm also going to include bonuses for everyone who signs up. The Advanced Energy Healing Clearing Techniques, which is a series of, I think, 4 or 5 webinars. So you can learn how to clear auric attachments, karmic imprints, and shadow self archetypes. This will allow you to go even deeper and master your own self, connect more to your higher self, become lighter, become clearer, and it's going to change your life, and it's going to expedite how you transcend the pain body. You will also receive the Advanced Higher Self Manifestation Technique webinar, which will teach you how to learn how to use a 15-dimensional carrier code to program your DNA and chakras with your intent so that you're manifesting in line with your higher self, not your ego. So, do you have any questions? All right, Tiffany says, loving the energy, grateful. I'm glad you're enjoying the webinar. So yes, you can see the offer right now. All right, Eduardo, looking forward to having you there. You can see the offer. There's a image with a button to sign up right here. And yes, once 12 people have signed up, I'm gonna close down the registration. But still, I'm gonna allow people to watch the replay because it's great information. Yeah, the bonus is once you sign up, I mean, the webinar is going to be on Thursday, so it's going to be 2 days from now. We're going to first do the webinar. I want you to completely be focused on that, and we're going to master that. And after the webinar, I'm going to send you the links for the bonuses, the Advanced Energy Healing Techniques, and the Higher Self Manifestation Techniques. And then you can study that on your own time. You have lifetime access, so you can take your own time. Okay, Anu, awesome. Looking forward to seeing you in that webinar. And yes, once you sign up, I'll send you the link to that other webinar, probably within 24 hours. Yeah, Anu, I will contact you. You will get a confirmation. If the webinar fills up, will you be offering others? Like this webinar, I don't know. I do have a list of webinars. I usually do 1 or 2 webinars a month. This month I'm doing 2 webinars, this free webinar and then the other webinar, and for the next months I have other webinars planned. Usually, you know, I might repeat the webinar, but not in the near future. I don't know if for any reason I close the webinar and it happens that 24 people sign up, then I'm going to offer 2 webinars because I really need to only to work with 12 people. If a lot of people sign up, then I can't possibly focus on everyone unless we spend like 5 hours, and that would be too much. So yeah. You're welcome, Vilma. And you can ask me questions about anything. It doesn't have to be related to the next webinar. It could be about what we discussed today, the pain body, anything. Your higher self, relationships. Go ahead. Actually, this is one of my favorite parts when doing a webinar, the questions and answers. This was very educational and helpful for me. Thanks. You're welcome. If I want to sign up later today, where's the link? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for that link. All right, so I'm gonna post the link on the text chat, and I suggest you copy and paste the link. Or you can click on the link and leave the browser open so that it stays open. That way you can take care of that later if you can do that right now. Dorothy, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Gustavo, thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me your time and letting me be at your service. I'm glad you enjoyed. Lynette says, thank you. Did you record this? Can I get access to this again? I was stuck at work. Yes, Lynette, I did record this. The replay should be going out soon to everyone that is subscribed to my newsletter. So you can expect that email and you can watch the whole webinar again. So tough. You can do a lot with the free information I gave you today. You know, you can use that information to transcend your pain body, and you know, if you are not manifesting abundance, and this can be a motivation for you to manifest abundance, because money is just energy. It's like everything else. It's made up of consciousness, and if you're if you desire to manifest abundance, and you can apply what you learned today and see, when you think about money and not have enough money, what that triggers within you. Notice that feeling in your body and then become present. Notice the energy, how it unfolds, it unwinds. Then be grateful for that, add some self-love, and watch the webinar, watch the energy move. All right, wonderful, awesome, Margaret. You're welcome, Lynette. Lisa, what is the date and time again? So for the next webinar, it's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So the same time this webinar started, but on Thursday, 2 days from now. So yeah, you can see life as your greatest teacher. Life will always show you what you need to work on yourself. If you have an emotional reaction to what someone said, to what someone did, to a book, something, anything that causes pain, suffering, restlessness, an opportunity to go within, do that meditation, bring awareness to that feeling, merge with that. No need to quiet your thoughts, just take it all in. Be grateful for that, love yourself for that, and just expand. All right, Veronica, looking forward to seeing you in the webinar. I love you too, brother. That's awesome. I think this is the first time one of my brothers joined my webinar. I have 3 brothers. He just said that he loved the webinar, excellent work, and that he loves me. I love you too, brother. I'll call you soon. All right, so any other questions? This is your time. All right, that's an excellent question. When someone is constantly experiencing pain, right? A friend, a coworker, or your beloved, and that triggers your pain. Yeah, they need to work on that. Or maybe not. You know, we're really not here unless they ask for that help. But usually if we think that there's something wrong with someone, then we really have to look within ourselves and see what of that is within us and how can we heal that within ourselves instead of changing that other person, changing our attachment for them to be a certain way, our expectations about them, especially, you know, in relationships where you're very interested in spiritual work, in self-growth and actualization. You might get trapped in thinking that your beloved should always be cool, calm, and collected, that they should always be in a state of vibrational harmonization. Well, I got news for you, that's not going to happen, you know, until it does. But if they're doing that now, then you have to love what is. And if you want them to actually do that, the best thing you can do is do that yourself. So you work on yourself, you embody a state of presence, and then you can love that person as they are and just radiate unconditional love. And often that state of non-resistance from yourself will actually allow them to snap, to not snap, but actually the opposite, to become aware, to, yeah, snap of the unconsciousness. Okay, Lisa. So yeah, you can do this work. It won't interfere with other types of energy work that you're doing. On the contrary, it will enhance. And if you can just listen to the recording later on, receive the clearings, and you can do that whenever you want. Okay, so this is a great question. Holly asks, what do you think of isolation and meditation to get rid of the pain body? In my opinion, that is an outdated way of transcending the pain body. Why? Because when you are in a cave, when you're by yourself, it's very easy to meditate, to be in a state of presence. But you can be 20 years in a cave, and then when you go back and you meet your father or your mother, boom, you get a reaction. So that's showing you that you haven't done all the work. And in this day and age, the way the idea of going to a cave it's outdated. Maybe if you were born in India in the Himalayas or somewhere, then yeah, perfect, you're a monk. But right now, if you have a family, if you're working, and right now in this part of the world, the Western civilization, the big cities of the world is where this work is needed the most. So when you actually work on yourself and you transcend your pain body here, you will have a massive, massive ripple effect, beneficial effect on those who surround you. So that for me is the ultimate. Going to a cave, no, it doesn't allow you to deal with the karma and the pain body that you share with your family and your friends, etc. Okay, how to find out what you want to do in life. I have no idea what to do in life, no wish to become something. I can be satisfied by very little, but I just don't know what to do next. I'm finished school, I need to get a job, but I don't know what I want to do. Well, here's the thing. There is nothing you really have to do. Okay? You can do things without having to feel the obligation that you need to do something. The fact that you're here alive, presence, is just enough. And when you embrace that, you can then find your passion. What do you love doing? What are you passionate about in life? And just follow your bliss, follow your passion. But don't do anything because you feel you need to do that. Always question that thought. And then you might end up doing what you thought you needed to do, but without that energy of burden. Can a parent cause a child to manifest an illness, physical or emotional, in order for the parent's pain body to be fed because they don't deal with their own pain body? Well, what usually happens is that children will take on their parent's pain body. So the parent really doesn't cause it. It's actually the love the child has for the parent that they choose to take that energy from the parent and make it theirs, because basically the child is saying, Dad, I love you so much that I'm going to help you with this. They do that unconsciously. So yeah, if the parent heals their pain body, children, they learn through modeling. So they pick up their parents' pain body. That's a big layer that we're going to clear on Thursday's webinar. The pain body that you pick up from your parents. The children learn through modeling, not what you say, but what you do and who you are in their presence. So if you clear the pain body, that's going to help them clear their own pain body as well. All right. Is the pain body clearing part of one of your Ascended Relationship memberships program? Yes, the Soul membership does have a lot of clearings and a couple of clearings on the pain body. So yes, it is one part of my membership. But in the membership, I do not teach how to clear it. I just offer the clearings, and you can do them as many times as you want, and that will help you to transcend the pain body tremendously. But this one is specifically, not only to receive the clearings, but to learn how to do this on yourself so that you can keep working on yourself for as long as you want. Okay, Lynette asks, Gustavo, considering your experience, about how long did it take you to overcome the pain body? You know what? I'm still working on it. But like I said, it's not like in the past. I would say I've cleared the heaviest and darkest parts of my pain body. Right now, life keeps humbling me. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm done, and then something happens, triggers me, and I'm like, oh, there's more work to do. That's awesome. But I have the tools and resources to do that. So it doesn't control my life. It doesn't lead me to self-sabotage. It doesn't lead me to chaos and more pain and suffering. It just leads me to more expansion. It leads me to finding more joy, to being more humble and expanding more. You're welcome, Georgina. Thank you. All right, everyone. So quick questions. We're about to complete the webinar. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this. The Pain Body is awesome. Once again, if you haven't read Eckhart Tolle's book, I highly recommend you do that book, whether you're doing the webinar with me or not. It's a life-changing book, and especially for those of you who want to find your purpose, it's one of those books that greatly assisted me in finding my own soul's purpose. How do I embody my higher self? Could the pain body be blocking access to it? Absolutely. The pain body can prevent you from blocking your embodying your higher self. So transcending the pain body is actually a huge step when it comes to embodying your higher self. Now, the key to embody your higher self is DNA activation, is activating the dormant strands of DNA that correspond to your higher self so that you can accrete and embody more light into your morphogenetic field. But yeah, basically the way you embody your higher self is get clear as possible by clearing auric attachments, karmic imprints, cords of attachments, and energetic baggage from this and past lifetimes. And then activating that DNA, boom. All right. Do you believe the pain body can affect your relationship with a spouse? Absolutely. The pain body is the #1 cause of pain and suffering and drama in relationships. Because the pain body knows what buttons to push to trigger your beloved, your partner, your spouse. Your pain body, when it's hungry and wants pain, it's like, okay, I want drama. Let me see what I can do. And then your negative thinking takes over. You're in a bad mood. Your spouse says something, you take it the wrong way, or you don't even want to be near them and you lash out. Boom, drama. And yeah, that's pretty much a summary of the pain body. It sucks. And it's awful to have arguments and discussions because of the pain body. For me, that's completely unnecessary. Like, if I want to have an argument, I want to be conscious of it. I want it to be something meaningful, not something that, just for the sake of my pain body. That to me is crazy. But unfortunately, that's how most people operate. You're welcome, Maria. What a beautiful name, Maria Isabel Stanley. You're welcome. All right, everyone, so that's it for today. If you have any other questions, you can send me an email. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you are in the world. Much love to you, and stay in contact through my newsletter, Facebook fan page. Much love to you all, and namaste.